Hey, welcome. Today, we are going to draw your personal financial roadmap. You know that feeling of fog and uncertainty that can surround money? Well, we're going to cut right through that and replace it with a clear, confident path forward. So, let's get started. I want to kick things off with a pretty direct question for you. Are your finances truly secure? I mean, you might be earning a great salary, you're paying your bills on time, but as we're about to see, that might not be the whole story.
And to really see what I mean, let's meet Vinod. Now, Vinod is a guy who believes he's got his family's finances totally under control. But we're about to find out that what you don't know can absolutely come back to bite you.
All right, let's dive in and get a closer look at his financial snapshot.
Okay, so when you first look at Vinod's numbers, everything seems pretty great, right? He's 40 years old, the only one earning in his family, and he's bringing in 2 lakh rupees every single month. And get this, he's saving 40,000 of it. That's a 20% savings rate. I mean, that's what all the textbooks tell you to do. Perfect, right?
Well, hold on, because here's the twist. Even though he's saving diligently, Vinod is basically flying blind. Could his emergency fund actually survive a sudden job loss? Is his insurance policy really big enough to protect his family if something happened? Does he even know the actual number, the real amount he needs to retire comfortably? These are the kinds of questions, the unknown unknowns, that can turn a seemingly stable situation into a full-blown crisis.
And this is exactly where financial planning comes in. It's the system that turns all those scary, unanswered questions into a solid, concrete plan. It's the solution to Vinod's uncertainty, and maybe, just maybe, yours too.
So what is it really? Look, financial planning isn't just about picking a few stocks or putting some money away for retirement. It's a holistic process. Think of it like a master strategy that gets everything working together. Your income, your spending, everything you own, everything you owe, all of it streamlined to make sure you can hit your goals, not just for today, but for 20 years from now.
And you can really see the difference right here. Typical financial advice might just give you one piece of the puzzle, right? Like, buy this one mutual fund. But comprehensive planning gives you the picture on the box lid. It makes sure your investment plan isn't fighting with your insurance needs. And crucially, it's an ongoing thing. It keeps you on track when life throws you a curveball.
When you boil it all down, it's about this simple idea: better management. It's about going from being a passenger in your own financial life to being the one firmly in the driver's seat. Okay, so if financial planning is the roadmap, then what are the main roads we need to travel on? Let's break down the core pillars you need to build a really strong financial house. See, a really solid plan is built on these 5 pillars. And you know what? The order is absolutely critical. You have to start with budgeting, just to get a handle on your cash flow. Then you build a protective wall around yourself with insurance. It's only after you're protected from the unexpected that you can start building for the future with investments and retirement planning. They all have to work in sync. And when you dig a little deeper, you see how these pillars support the whole structure. This means getting into the nitty-gritty, like setting super clear goals, managing your taxes smartly, and even planning for how your wealth gets passed on someday. A proper plan leaves no stone unturned. But before we can start building anything, we have to know what materials we're working with. So, let's quickly cover the 3 most fundamental building blocks of your entire financial life: your assets, your liabilities, and your net worth.
First up, assets. This one's simple. It's all the stuff you own that has value. We're talking about everything from physical things like your house and your car to financial stuff like your bank deposits and stock portfolio.
And on the flip side of that coin, you've got your liabilities. This is everything you owe to other people. Think home loans, car loans, and yeah, that nagging credit card debt. It's the part of your financial life that has a claim on your future income.
So how do you get a real, honest measure of your financial health? Well, you take those 2 things and you put them into one simple but incredibly powerful formula. Assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. This one number, it's your ultimate financial scorecard.
And honestly, that's the name of the game. The entire purpose of all this planning is to make that one number go up consistently over time, because a rising net worth means you're building a stronger and stronger financial position. It's that simple.
Okay, so the goal is crystal clear: grow that net worth. But how do you actually build a plan to do that? Well, it's not some big mystery or guesswork. Professionals follow a clear, logical 6-step blueprint. Let's walk through it. The process is really straightforward. First, you lay the groundwork. Then, you gather up all your financial data, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and figure out what your goals really are. Next, you analyze all that info to get a brutally honest picture of where you stand today. Only then do you develop recommendations that are actually tailored to you. After that comes the most important part: you have to actually implement the plan. And finally, because life never ever stands still, you constantly monitor and review the plan, making tweaks along the way.
So after all that, what's the end result? What's the real transformation here? Well, it's all about moving from a state of thick, confusing financial fog to one of absolute, undeniable clarity.
And the changes, well, it's night and day. Before you have a plan, you're living in that fog, just like V-Node. You're filled with uncertainty, your efforts are all over the place, and you're just vulnerable. But with a plan, you have a clear roadmap, you have a coordinated strategy, you go from just saving money without a real purpose to investing with intention.
And if there's one thing you walk away with today, it should be this. Financial planning isn't really about spreadsheets and numbers. It fundamentally changes your relationship with money. You shift from constantly reacting to financial stress to proactively taking control of your financial destiny.
So, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Now that you've seen what the map looks like, what's the very first destination you need to set on your own financial roadmap? Your journey to clarity starts with that one single step. Thanks for tuning in.